Let's dive right in.
Okay, good evening and welcome to the Board of Selectmen's meeting of April 29th, 2020. Okay, could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I have my usual to read. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Sturbridge Board of Selectmen will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation can be found on the town's website at www.sturbridge.gov/town-administrator pages access-virtual-meeting. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to listen in or are watching the meeting either online via the town's on-demand video broadcast on cable television on channel 191 or dial into the meeting at 774-304-1455, enter 1428, pound for the meeting number and 12345 for the access code. This phone number is only active for the public during public meetings. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post audio and/or video recordings, transcript, or other comprehensive record of the meeting on the town's website as soon as possible after the meeting. Okay. Now, on the agenda this evening, we have a review of the annual town meeting draft warrant articles. Okay, Jeff, do you want to say anything first?
Thank you, Madam Chair. These articles, particularly the budget ones, were written prior to COVID. So as we work through the budget process, there may be numbers that change over time. We know we may have an additional article from CPC for the ball field lighting project that may be forthcoming. So these are a draft and there may be changes. What you'll see on your agenda for Monday evening is a request to set the town meeting date for June 29. We went the furthest out we could go to give more time for the COVID issue to work itself out. The moderator and the clerk are good with that date. The high school is okay with us being in the building. And it'll give us some time to plan for whatever contingencies we need to plan for that evening. So having said that, these articles are in draft form, particularly the budget ones, and we are working through FinCom on some items, and they may change depending upon what information we get between now and mid-June.
Okay, thank you. So we'll do this like we usually do. We'll read through the article, and then there'll be a vote to place it, place in support, or a vote not to place. Okay? So, excuse me. The first article of the town report. Hear the reports of the several boards and town officials and any other committees that may be ready or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Board of Selectmen. Is there a motion?
To place and support. Priscilla?
Second.
Second. Okay, Chase. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chase?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Okay.
Okay, Article 2, Community Preservation Committee Report. To see if the town will vote to hear and act on the report of the Community Preservation Committee on the fiscal year 2021 Community Preservation Budget and to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund a sum of money to meet the administrative expenses and all other necessary and proper expenses of the Community Preservation Committee for fiscal year 2021, and further to reserve for future appropriation amounts as recommended by the Community Preservation Committee, a sum of money for the acquisition, creation, and preservation of open space, a sum of money for acquisition and preservation of historical resources, and a sum of money for the creation, preservation, and support of community housing or take any action relative thereto. Sponsor, Community Preservation Committee. Their motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 2.
Second?
Yes. Okay.
And just a reminder, I'm sorry, but we'll need names on the motions and seconds, please.
Second, Priscilla?
Thank you,
Motion, Chase.
thank you.
Okay. Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay. Priscilla?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay. Article 3, Community Preservation Administration Fund. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund and designated fund balance the sum of $20,000 to be allocated for the purpose of operating and administration expenses in fiscal year 2021 for the Community Preservation Committee, CPC, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors, Community Preservation Committee. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 3, Chase.
Second, Priscilla?
Okay. Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Well,
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay. Okay, Article 4, Community Preservation Debt Service. To see if the town will vote to transfer from the Community Preservation Fund undesignated fund balance sum of $78,375 for the purpose of paying the debt service for the OSC land acquisition, $48,400 for the purpose of paying the debt service for the Heinz Farm acquisition, $103,482 for the purpose of paying the debt service for the Town Hall / Center Office renovation project, $28,750 for the purpose of paying the debt service for the recreation court project, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsor is the Finance Director. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to place and support Article 4, Community Preservation Debt Service, Chase.
Second, Priscilla?
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay,
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes. Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, excuse me. Okay, Article 5, Community Preservation Gravestone Restoration. See if the town will vote to appropriate from Community Preservation Fund Historic Fund Balance the sum of $9,500 for the purpose of North Cemetery and / or Old Cemetery ground restoration work, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors, Community Preservation Committee. Your motion?
Make a motion to place and support Priscilla.
I'll
Your second?
second that, Chase.
Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling.
Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Yes. Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 6, Community Preservation, Town Hall Storm Windows. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund Historic Fund balance the sum of $17,600 for the purpose of funding stormwater at Town Hall to preserve the historic windows or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee. Your motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 6, Community Preservation Town Hall Storm Windows. Chase.
Second, Priscilla.
And Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yes. I just have a question though. We didn't have storm windows ever since we renovated the town hall. We never put storm windows on it.
No,
Are they to replace storm windows, or are they just newly installed?
these will be newly installed. We didn't have them before.
Okay.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote again?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Ella?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 7, Community Preservation, Recreational Trail, Riverland, CPA parcel. To see if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund undesignated fund balance the sum of $25,000 on the construction of a recreational trail on the Riverlands Community Preservation Act parcel or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee. Your motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 7, Community Preservation Recreational Trail Riverland CPA parcel. Chase.
For a second?
Second, Priscilla.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
I vote yes, but I have a question.
No problem.
Is this the right time? Is this discussion? Okay. I just, maybe we can just learn a little bit more about what the trail is going to be, how long it's going to be, that type of thing. And I just want to make sure it's not going to go through that area where we had some contamination. Remember, we're trying to, and we want signs that said, avoid certain areas. And I just want to make sure that the Trails Committee knows that the trail cannot go into those areas where there was contamination. I know a couple of years ago we had a long discussion about what kind of signs we needed to put to like warn residents who wanted to use it. And I just want to make sure that that's adhered to. And also just to learn a little bit more about the dredge, what are they going to construct for $20,000? But I do support it, but that's just information I like to have.
So to be, Mary, if I may? So just so I'm clear, Mary Dowling, you would like to get some information on where the trail will be and where it will be in relation to that contaminated area?
Right, and that we have appropriate signage to keep them off of the area that has contamination.
All right, I will get that information to the board.
Thank you.
Hey, Chase, how do you vote?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 8, Community Preservation Recreational Trails Master Plan. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund undesignated fund balance the sum of $10,500 for the purpose of updating the recreational trails master plan or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 8, Community Preservation, Recreational Trails Master Plan. Chase.
Second, Priscilla.
Mary, how do you vote?
I also vote yes. And again, I just have a question. Do we already have I don't know, is it an engineer that does this? Do we already have the contractor? Like, how do we arrive at the 10,005?
I don't know. I think Tom Chamberlain presented that to the Trails Committee. He came up with that number. Probably is an idea based upon,
Okay.
we have an ongoing trail plan and a trail guide, so this may just be a refresher.
Yes, it's updating it, Mary. As it says in the box, the thing that's missing now is a map. So they want
Right.
to update it with the map and any other pertinent information.
Okay, so I vote yes.
Case,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Priscilla,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Okay, Article 9, Community Preservation, Construction of Recreational Trails, Lead Mine Parcel, and Restoration of Burgess Discovery Trail. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund undesignated fund balance the sum of $8,000 for the purpose of construction of recreational trails on the Lead Mine Parcel and restoration of the Burgess Discovery Trail. Excuse me, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 9, Community Preservation, Construction of Recreational Trails, Lead Mine Parcel, and Restoration of Burgess Discovery Trail. Chase.
Second, Priscilla.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
I vote yes. I'm so full of questions. I just want to know, like, this one's much less expensive than the Riverlands, 25,000 when it's only 8. So I just, maybe the Trails Committee would have an explanation of a little bit more what they're doing, why there's like such a discrepancy in the amount of money from one trail to another.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I just was curious, for Riverland, the cost of doing the trails is $25,000, and then it's going to put a trail on the lead mine part. They're going to restore the Burgess Trail. But I'm just wondering, just an explanation for like how the trails are going to be different. One's 25,000, this one's only 8. The next is considerably less. So, just a little memo from them explaining the cost for each.
Okay.
It is somewhat of an explanation in the explanation summary box.
I saw,
One of the trails needs to be completed, and the other one has a wet area, needs rocks added. Would you like more detail, Mary?
well, is that the lead mine parcel then, the mountain laurel trail? The Sandhill Trail and the Mountain Laurel Trail, those are the ones on left. I use trail a lot. I just don't know different names for them.
I'll get some additional information on each of the requests.
All right, thank you. I do support it, so yes.
Okay, Chase,
Yes, Chase.
Philip,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Okay. Article 10, Community Preservation Trail Construction. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund undesignated fund balance the sum of $4,500 for the purpose of funding signage, materials, and labor for trail construction on Community Preservation Act purchased parcels or take any action relative thereto. A motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 10, Community Preservation Trail Construction. Chase.
Second, Priscilla.
Mary, how do you vote?
Yes. Mary, yes.
Chase?
Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes. Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, Article 11, Community Preservation Property Boundary Delineation, Long Pond Parcel. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the Community Preservation Fund Open Space Fund balance the sum of $4,070 for the purpose of funding property boundary delineation on the CPA purchased Long Pond parcel or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee. Motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 11, Community Preservation Property Boundary Delineation, Long Pond Parcel.
Second, Priscilla.
Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay, Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 12, Community Preservation Outbuilding Removal. See if the town will vote to appropriate from Community Preservation Fund undesignated fund balance the sum of $164,890 for the purpose of outbuilding removal of the lead mine barn, 3 outbuildings on the lead mine parcel in the Heinz cabin, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors Community Preservation Committee.
I just have a question too. How did they come up with the numbers? Did they get quotes on demolition for them, or?
Yes. Yep, they've been working with Robin and, some contractors to get some pricing, particularly some hazmat evaluations for each one. So,
Okay. Cool. All right, I'll make a motion to place and support Article 12, Community Preservation Outbuilding Removals.
Second, Priscilla.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Chase?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The Article 13, Community Preservation Library Window Restoration. See if the town will vote to appropriate funds from Community Preservation Historic Funds, the sum of $35,850 for the purpose of library window restoration or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee. A motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 13, Community Preservation Library Window Restoration. Chase.
Second, Priscilla.
Mary, how do you vote? Mary?
Mary Dowling, yes.
Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. A community preservation restoration of historic portraits by William Willard. See if the town will vote to appropriate funds from the Community Preservation Fund Historic Fund balance, the sum of $5,000 for the purpose of restoration of 3 historic portraits by William Willard located at the Joshua Hyde Library, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Community Preservation Committee.
I'll make a motion to place. I'll make a motion to place and support Article 14, Community Preservation Restoration of Historic Portraits by William Willard. Chase.
Second, Priscilla.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Galvin, yes.
Could you say that again, Mary, please?
Yes.
Hey?
Jake, yes.
Can you hear?
Yes. Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Question, Mary,
So?
before we move. I just have a quick question. I don't know if Courage knows off the top of their heads, but what is the state match this year for the CPC? I know the state always matches and a percentage. What are they matching days?
Barbara?
Is Barbara on the here too?
I do know it's less
Yeah, you
than
may
last
know.
year.
You might not know right
Barbara, do
now,
you
but
know?
if you could find.
Barbara?
Do you know offhand?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll try to find it for you as you guys are going through the rest of them.
And also, can you just give us when you get a chance, just a quick rundown of what kind of money is left in all the fund balances in the event that all of these things are funded? What do we have in there?
Yeah, I'm going to prepare that once you've placed all these articles. I was just waiting for that to happen. And then going forward, I'll be working on the report that usually goes in the back of the Finance Committee book. But yes, I can definitely get that to you when I have it done.
Okay. I assume they're all kind of small ticket items that we're not depending on the state match for any of these. Probably an okay assumption.
You were breaking up, so I don't know what you just said.
I said that it's probably a safe assumption that we're not dependent state match for any of these expenditures because they seem like small ticket items.
I don't know if it's just me, but you're breaking up when you're talking, so I'm hearing it.
No, I can't hear her either.
Sorry. Just one more time. And then my question was, I guess it was, I'm assuming that we are not depending on state matching funds for any of these expenditures because they seem like small expenditures. I know it's a lot to depend on a state match, so this is all already in our fund balance.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Article 15, Town Budget. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate a sum of money as may be necessary to pay the town charges for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020. And to vote to fix salary and compensation of all elected officials of the town in accordance with the provisions of Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 108, effective July 1st, 2020, and to transfer from free cash the sum of $25,000 to offset costs from funds received from marijuana impact fees or take any action thereto.
If I could explain that one a little bit?
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. The medical agreement with Heal Medical provided for 4 payments of $12,500 each. We have received 2 of those payments equaling $25,000. And under the guidelines, that money has to go into the general fund and it would lapse into free cash as the other revenues do. So we are anticipating appropriating that $25,000 as a separate lump sum item towards next year's budget, which we would apply to specific expenses through the year related to having a marijuana shop in town, whether it be expenses for the SRO or training expenses or different Board of Health educational items or other expenses we could apply that would be have nexus to the marijuana issue. So rather than let that money lapse into free cash and sit there, we're going to apply it to next year's budget and do that.
Okay, and this is also where we may have to, no doubt, look and change some of the numbers. later on. Correct, Jeff?
As you get into the different budget articles, yes, there may be some adjustments as we go forward. Yeah.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 15.
Okay, that was
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Second, Chase.
Okay. Now, Jeff, I noticed before that you wrote placeholder for 53 Holland Road and placeholder for Little League lighting project. If they do come forward with proposals, you can just add those on at the end.
Yes, we would we would give them an old, a number. And I would add, 53 Holland Road, you're going to talk about Monday night a little bit, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, Priscilla, you made the motion.
I did. Yes.
Okay, was there a second?
Yes, Chase.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay, and I vote yes. Okay, Article 16, road construction, repairs, and maintenance. See if the town will vote to raise and appropriate $434,648 to the road construction, repairs, and maintenance account in order to fund the road construction, repairs, and maintenance of town roads as determined by the DPW director, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors, Board of Selectmen. Is there a motion?
Motion to place and support Priscilla.
Second, Chase.
Okay. Mary, how do you vote?
I vote yes. I do have a question, though. I know in the past that we had like old plan that we asked. Maybe we did one 7 or 8 years ago. Greg North. Do we have any plan in terms of what roads we pay and like what the plan is across town? Does have anything?
Yeah, I can get with Butch and
Delineate.
I can follow up
Yes.
with Butch
Oh, where?
and get that information.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do we vote?
No,
We
we didn't vote yet.
Mary?
voted yes.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, no doubt. Yes.
Yes, Chase.
Sheila?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Article 17, Public Access Department. See if the town will vote to appropriate from the PPG Access and Cable Related Fund the sum of $120,536 or take any action relative thereto. It's broken down salaries and wages, $78,386. Longevity, $150. Employee benefits, $21,000. Operating expenses, $13,000. Capital expenses, $8,000 for a total $120,536. Sponsors, Board of Selectmen. Okay, is there a motion?
A question. Is this about what we spent last year is an increase or I don't have any? How much has the pay gas gone up from last budget?
Barbara, do you have that?
If it has at all.
So that
About the
number-
same, Barbara?
it does stay pretty consistent year to year, but that number doesn't reflect everything that we collect or the full balance. There's still a balance in that account. It's just the actual operational expenses he needs for that department.
Okay, but if we still have a balance, then do you have to
The balance just
raise
carries
this much
forward
money?
year to the balance carries forward year to year. So
Okay, okay.
any funds that were collected and not expended would carry forward to the next year.
And that year isn't reflected reflected in the 120,000?
The 120,000 is just the expense. It doesn't reflect the revenue.
Okay, I just was curious what we like offset it by what we already have in there, so we don't have to appropriate as much. Just a question.
If I may, Madam Chair, make a comment?
Okay, Jeff?
Yeah, we actually got the check for this special revenue this week, and it was $146,000.
I'm sorry, say again, Jeff? I didn't understand.
We received the check for this item for this from the cable company, the check was $146,000.
Oh,
Yes, you sent the email out on that.
Right.
Right.
all right, thank you.
Okay, does somebody want to make a motion then?
Motion to place and support, Priscilla?
Second, Chase.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 18, Sturbridge Tourist Association. If the town will transfer and appropriate from the hotel/motel special account to the Sturbridge Tourist Association account the sum of $176,364, or to take any action thereto. And it's an estimated budget for fiscal year 21, broken down: community support, $36,678, marketing, $105, $105,818, salary wages, $19,868, employee benefits, $14,000, which makes the total of $176,364. Jeff?
Yes, because we increased the number of hours, we made an adjustment to these numbers. The total is still $176,364, but some dollars have been reallocated. I can read each number separately, so you can have those before you vote.
Okay.
Okay, so community support is an even $30,000. Community support, $30,000. Marketing, $95,948. $95,948. The salary and wages will be $33,350. $33,350. And employee benefits, $17,066. $17,066. And again, that total is the same, $176,364.
Okay, any questions? Somebody want to make that motion then?
I'll make a motion to place and support, Priscilla?
Second, Chase.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay, Chase, how do you vote?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, the Article 19, Betterment Committee, to see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate from the hotel/motel special account to the Betterment account the sum of $176,364 for the following items. Requested by the Bloom Committee: flower barrels, $2,200, plantings, $575, beautification, Joshua Hyde Library, $3,800, wayfinding streetscape improvements, $14,043, beautification at Town Hall and Center Office Building, $2,500. Tree planting Arbor Day program, $1,910. Town offices and library decorations, $3,240. Highway corridor beautification design, $15,000. Sidewalk maintenance, $20,000. Tree maintenance townwide, $10,000. Town common tree maintenance, $7,322. Main Street tree and park maintenance, street landscaping, $2,000. Special event overtime police, $15,000. Big Series Eagle IFAK first aid kit, $3,710. Customized event canopy, $1,329. Protective firefighting gear, $13,500. Special events fire department, $13,000. I think I'm off here. Yeah. Need my paper to slide. $7,050. Bleeding control training kits, $950. Ventilation saw, $3,000. Cedar Lake Town Beach water treatment, $1,795. Town Common summer concert series, $4,000. Decorations for Town Common, $3,600. SLAC Black Great Pond Lead and Safety Program, $6,000. Funding for special events in the community, $6,000. Bleachers at Turner's Field, $5,150. Soccer goals, $9,285. Softball shade flash protection canopies, $10,680. Exit bike repair stand, $1,560. Traffic IR counters, $1,165. The total of $176,364. Any questions on those?
I just have one. What is the traffic IR counter?
It's for the trails committees.
The very last one.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Because on the trail,
If I may?
people going into the trails, Jeff,
It counts the people that are on the trail.
Oh, okay. To see how popular they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And
I
just-
have one, I think we talked about it a little bit on one of our retreats, but not this year because the event committee funds have already been vetted. But I'd like us to consider taking a percentage of event funds from year to year for more long-term projects rather than spend all of it. I know a few years ago we did that so that we could have some signage. We put a little bit high for like some design. Because it would be nice to maybe have a betterment project that's a little bit larger rather than some of these things really be in the budget of some of the departments rather than in the Bennett fund. So that's just my own input. I don't know how to the board feel, but I'd like to maybe save 10% a year.
Jeff?
Yeah, we talked about that during the retreat, and that will be kind of the process going forward. By the time we got into the retreat and had that conversation, the betterment process was already underway for this budget development, but I expect to have some new guidance as we go forward into next year's betterment process.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew that this one was away, but I just wanted to, I think it had some support from other select people, but I don't want to for other people.
No, I agree.
Somebody want to make a motion?
No, maybe can I ask a question? Yeah, can I ask a question? With the COVID, how is it going to impact, because I know we're on events, how is it going to impact the farmer's market and concert series? Do we know?
Jeff?
We're going through a process of evaluating all the events. The farmer's market is going to come to you on Monday asking for approval to move forward in June under certain conditions. So you'll see the farmer's market on your Monday agenda and have, some information on how they want to move forward this season. Some of these other items, as we go through those and we get closer, we may change some numbers because some events just may not happen. So we're very much in a state of unknown for some of this stuff, but this is a pre-COVID kind of a list. It won't go up, but some of these items may not be fully expended because of the issue.
So the money would stay with us then?
Yeah, it would lapse back into the
I'm
special
Priscilla.
revenue fund. Yeah.
Yeah, and,
Mary?
it was for me, yeah, I just wanted to Priscilla. The summer concert series is fairly simply a social gathering, so that's going to be determined by the mitigation that we need. For Governor Baker, we may not be able to have them. But the farmers market will learn on Monday, I also have to learn, is considered essential business. So they are allowed to take place and even encouraged by the Department of Agriculture because it gives an alternative means for people to have food. So to alleviate some of the pressure on the supermarkets, but to be able to have fresh produce from local farms. So that's especially, they're allowed just like supermarkets are allowed under certain very specific order from the public health department. But anyway, we'll talk about that on May. Just wanted to let you know.
Hey, does somebody want to make a motion? Well, I'll make a motion then to place Article 19. Mary?
Second, Chase.
Here, darling.
Okay. Okay. Mary, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Clarification, Madam Chair, please.
Yes.
Was that place and support or just place?
Place and support.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Article 20, Capital Improvement Plan. See if the town will vote to transfer from free cash and appropriate the sum of $808,576 and vote to transfer from the Fire Apparatus Stabilization Fund the sum of $304,000 to the capital improvement account for the purpose of funding the following items, including the payment of all costs incidental and related thereto from the capital improvement plan to be undertaken for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020. And the list includes from the police department, Motorola local public service digital capable base radio, $7,566. Finance committee finance department copier at public safety complex, $8,000. Public safety complex replacement of security camera system, $90,000. DPW F-350 dump truck, $66,000. Public safety complex executive 24/7 chairs in the dispatch, $2,396. DPW an F-150 pickup truck, $35,000. DPW gas pump replacement, $14,000. IT department camera surveillance system, town hall / center office building, $41,485. From the police Veritas station, $6,029. DPW 9-foot stainless steel slide and sander body, $14,000. Board of Health grinder pumps, $15,000. DPW power washer with undercarriage attachment, $6,000. Facilities, storage and records management, $22,350. Public safety complex, exterior storage containers, $21,000. Public safety complex station alerting system, $12,750. Fire department, fire pumper, $750,000, for a total of $1,112,576. Okay, any questions?
I have a few questions.
Mary?
Number one, why are we transferring from the fire apparatus stabilization fund? Does the fire department not need that? That's my first question.
If
And then my second question is, oh, do you want to go first? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're transferring the money from the fire department truck fund to the capital fund to buy a truck. Because you can see that we're purchasing a pumper, so we're just taking that money from the fire truck stabilization fund to buy a truck.
I'm sorry, I guess I don't see where.
The last,
Transferring 304,000.
yes, if you look at the last item on the list, we're purchasing a fire pumper for $750,000. So we're applying the balance in that fund.
All right. Got it. I didn't see the 750. Then my other question is, usually I saw historically the capital improvement plan, it has to be above a certain amount of money to be a capital improvement. Isn't historically how you've done it? And I honestly, off the top of my head, don't remember what we have considered a capital improvement. But I always thought we had a base. Like, so for example, like 3,390. I thought that was too small an expenditure to be considered under capital improvement. I don't know, Barbara. Maybe you can.
It's typically $5,000. It's typically $5,000, but we have in the past when the budget hasn't been able to, we haven't been able to support it as a raise and appropriate article. We have funded through free cash under this article for lesser amounts of money. I think we did it this past year with a bunch of small repairs that needed to be done in various buildings to the HVAC system. Because that's more of a, it's a capital expense, but you're right. Typically, if it's less than $5,000, we try to put it in the operating budget.
Right. Okay, so I guess it's just chairs. For some reason, I didn't realize it was 5, so we're not that far off the mark. It's roughly 4. I thought it was 10,000 for some reason.
If I may, Madam Chair?
But it's 5,000.
Jeff?
Yeah, and you can actually add it to, if you look further down, the Veridesk stations for $6,000. Those two numbers can be combined for like $9,500. So it's all furniture for the PD and dispatch.
Okay, so you're saying you consider combining.
Well, you.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Is that your dog,
That's
Mary?
my dog, I'm sorry.
Really?
All right.
Somebody want to make a motion then?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 20.
Okay.
Chase.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Priscilla?
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yes.
Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 21, Ambulance Stabilization Fund, to see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $60,000 to the Ambulance Stabilization Fund for the purpose of reserving funds for the future purpose of an ambulance, including the payment of all costs incidental and relative thereto, or take any action relative thereto, sponsored by the Board of Selectmen. Somebody want to make a motion? Oh,
Make a motion to place and support. Priscilla?
Second, Chase.
okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay, Chase,
Chase, yes.
Priscilla,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Article 22, OPEB trust fund, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate sum of $100,000 for the other post-employment benefits liability trust fund account, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Board of Selectmen. Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 22. Chase.
That's okay. Is there a second?
Second. We don't have any choice on this, right? Jeff?
You can choose not to, but eventually it impacts your bond rating and some of the other fiscal indicators for fiscal health. Plus, you don't ever you don't ever see daylight if you don't fund it. At some point, you get to get it
That's what I
funded.
thought. Okay.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay,
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla,
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, Article 23, tax rate relief, to see if the town will vote to authorize the Board of Assessors to use $350,000 from free cash to lower the tax rate for the fiscal year beginning on July 1st, 2020, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Board of Selectmen. Okay, any question on that?
I have a question.
Priscilla?
How much free cash do we have?
Barbara?
Let me look it up, okay? We have a considerable amount. I think that this potentially, I mean, I don't want to speak for Jeff, but I think this potentially is another article that could be subject to change down the road.
Up or down?
Jeff, do you want to?
Barbara,
Yeah.
up or down?
It would, if we change this number, it would go up. Our goal is not to raise the tax rate. So we're evaluating how much money would we need to make sure the taxes do not go up. So as we get further in the budget process and get some indicators of, what's going to happen revenue-wise, we may come back with a series of alternatives for the board to review, which would include use of stabilization. It could be selective reductions in the budget. It could be more free cash, just to make sure that A, we fund essential services, and B, we don't raise the tax rate.
Good. That's good.
Okay, I want to
That's
follow
what
up.
I was asking.
Okay, Mary?
Yeah, can I follow up? Yeah, I ask this every year too, so I'm on the same page as Priscilla. Because I know we used to do 250, and the board a year or two ago lifted it to 350 because we had so much in our cash reserves.
Stabilization,
So in our free cash and if you can forward again, Barbara, a copy of our fiscal policy, because I know we raised it 350,000. That still put us, even at the top half, what we need in terms of follow scope plans. And I personally would like to see if he try to increase the tax relief this year. Because I do, I would be more inclined to place this right now and with the hope that 350,000 figure goes up. Because I know when we used to have it 250,000, we had a lot of free cash, and we were way on the upper end of what we needed to stay squarely within our fiscal policy plan. I know that it had range. I think we want to maintain 10 to 15% of the budget. I don't remember what range is. I feel like this is a year where perhaps we can try to have a little more tax relief for people. Maybe hopefully get to 400,000 rather than 350
Priscilla?
or 450.
I agree. I'd like to even see it to 500,000 because a lot of our people and a lot of our businesses are hurting. They're going to hurt. This is far from over. And also next year, I want to say this to the town administrator to consider for next year. This also has to be high next year for the same reason, because we're not going to have the meals and rooms tax that we've been fortunate to get every year. We're not going to have it next year. It's going to be very lean because depending on when everybody really can get back to normal, and if we get hit again in the fall as has been projected, everybody's going to be hurting. So whatever you can do to boost this, I'd like to see it even at $500,000.
Well, if I may, Madam Chair.
And I'm wondering,
Yes.
I think the use of free cash or your reserves, I agree, we need to provide tax relief, and we need to make sure this is a multi-year process, because it's not a snapshot in time. This will be a marathon, not a sprint. So, but when you look at the use of your reserves to basically keep the lights on, you have to be careful that if you go below a certain amount too, you've got to make it up with taxes, right? So all of this will be a balance. And I agree 100% we're going to provide tax relief, but again, it has to be within a framework and a plan and a balance. And that's what we'll do going forward.
can I follow up?
Yes, Mary.
Okay, maybe Barbara, could you provide the board with another copy, or Jeff? I'm just saying back because I know this is your first time doing the budget. Provide the board with another copy of that fiscal policy that we follow, because that addresses squarely what kind of cash reserve we need relative to our budget. And that's the fiscal policy that we have historically used. And we are keeping more than what we even needed within that range. And we've had this conversation before, Barbara, and I think it was my motion a year ago to go from 250,000 to 350,000, and we had no problems doing that. And now we're holding at 350. But if you could provide us with a copy of that, and also if you could go through the math for us and tell us where we fall with respect to that range that is detailed in that fiscal policy. Because that fiscal policy is around, I'm on my 10th year on the board, it was around back when I was on the finance committee, and the finance committee always referenced that when they were looking at these things. So I would like to know where we fall getting tax relief at 50,000, because I think that there's still some room there. And we have historically every single year given tax relief since I've been involved with the town. So I know it's a marathon, not a sprint. But do you understand what I'm looking for?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And please don't take my comments as not wanting to provide tax relief. I think we have to look at it multi-year and on a sustainable fashion. But yes, we agree that we should provide as much relief as possible.
All right, so I know you weren't disagreeing. I'm just curious where we fall right now with that policy that we follow.
Yep, we got it.
Got it? Hey, does somebody want to make a motion then?
Mary Donnelly, did you talk about placing it only?
You did.
I did, because I want to see if the number changes. And that's a good way for me to know I'm not supporting it yet. I want to know what our cash reserve is versus what we're allowing for tax relief. So that would be my preference.
Is that a motion?
I didn't make the motion. I can. I'll make a motion to put Article 23, more information on the tax relief we get.
Second, Priscilla.
Okay. Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Was that to place and support or just to place?
Place.
Place.
Place, okay, thank you.
I said pending more information.
Yep. And one of the things, if I may, Madam
24.
Chair, one of the things as we look towards tax relief, there may be other tools in the toolbox that we have to achieve tax relief other than the use of free cash, which will bring you those options.
Madam Chair, personally, I'm okay with however you do it.
Okay?
It doesn't matter to me as long as it's there.
All right, thank you.
I don't think any of us disagree.
All right.
Okay. Article 24, Capital Stabilization Fund. See if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $170,000 to the Capital Stabilization Fund or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Board of Selectmen. Any questions? Motion then?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 24, Capital Stabilization Fund.
Is there a second?
Second, Priscilla.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yes.
Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 25, revaluation / interim adjustments. If the town will vote to raise and appropriate $10,000 to the revaluation / interim adjustment account or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors the Board of Selectmen. Okay, any questions? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 25, reevaluation, interim adjustments.
Second.
Second.
Priscilla. Yeah, Priscilla.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Hey, Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 26, revolving fund spending limit, fiscal 21. See if the town will vote pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 44, Section 53, E&a-half, to set the fiscal year 21 spending limits for certain revolving funds as following. Recreation.
I just got a question. Some of these funds new that we haven't had before. Some of them are
No, we started.
number one and have some funds increase from last year. I don't have revolving fund CPR and house numbering and hazmat cleanup. I was curious.
Yes, those are all the same funds that we've had in past years.
Oh, we've had those all along?
Yes. Well, the CPR and the
Okay.
house numbering ones are fairly new, but they're not new to this for next year. We've had them for at least 1 year or 2 years. Since Chief Rosso's been here.
Is the house numbering an ongoing effort to make sure all our houses are numbered and they're not? Let's refresh my memory on that
So
project.
the house numbering is, the sticks that are basically in the yard, in front of every building that have the letter. It's a red with the letter with the numbers. That's that project that was implemented. That's the house numbering.
Those are purchased, though, are they not?
Right, and so I believe that's what this revolving fund is for, so that basically they're purchased, the money goes, it's an in and out to purchase them,
Right.
and then the money goes in. Right.
Right,
But
okay.
that's what those are purchasing.
Thanks.
Okay. And Barbara, did any of these revolving funds go up from last year? Are they all the same?
No, they're all the same, and I did check to make sure that the expenditure limit was sufficient based on the spending requirements, and they all are.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay, so recreation, 30,000 maximum, hazmat cleanup, 20,000, Board of Health, 20,000, Board of Health pay-as-you-throw program, 20,000, senior center, 10,000, planning department, 10,000, public lands, 20,000, Sturbridge Tourist Association, 20,000, CPR, 5,000, house numbering, 5,000. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 26, revolving fund spending limits.
Second,
Okay.
Priscilla?
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yeah.
Okay,
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 27, Water Department, see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate through the fixing and collection of just and equitable prices and rates set by the Board of Selectmen, acting as water commissioners, a sum of $1,447,288 for the expenses of the Water Department, or take any action. And the estimated budget is contract operations, $678,557, electricity, $85,000, chlorate testing, $10,600, DPW director, $14,050, meter maintenance, $15,000, billing expenses, $4,900, debt service, $413,881, miscellaneous, $119,800, capital replacement, $75,500, reserve account, $30,000, for a total of $1,447,288. Any questions on any of those? Okay, is there a motion then?
Make a motion to place and support Article 27.
Second, Priscilla?
Madam Chair, if I may. Barbara,
Yes.
do you have any comments on this from a revenue perspective?
Yeah, so at this point, it's a pretty good, it's pretty good that we're going to have to go back and look at these budgets because both the water and sewer department budgets use the actual water usage for fiscal 21 based on April, May, and June of the period that we're in now. So we know from conversations with Shane that water usage is way down because a lot of the businesses are closed. So I'm currently working with Shane to evaluate, we're going to evaluate March and April water usage early on in May when Shane has those numbers. And we're going to have to circle back. So at this point, the water budget as presented did not need any reserves to be able to handle the budget and keep the rate stable. The sewer budget, as in past years, you can see that we were actually needing to use $147,000 of the sewer reserve fund balance, which enabled not to have an increase. So I think both of these budgets are going to have to be revisited in some way. And I think if we can make cuts to the budget, but at a minimum, you're probably looking at that we're going to have to use some reserves to be able to keep the rate stable.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yes.
Chase?
Chase, yes.
And I vote yes.
And I vote yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. just for the record.
And you're right straight in front of me. Article 28, Sewer Department, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate to the fixing and collection of just and equitable prices and rates set by the Board of Selectmen, acting as sewer commissioners, a sum of $2,427,245, and by transferring the sum of $147,000 from the sewer reserve fund balance for a total of $2,574,245. And it's broken down, and don't forget, it just still says estimated. Contract operations, $879,521. Electricity, $210,000. Chemicals, $45,000. DPW director, $14,050. Billing expenses, $4,900. Debt service, $861,013. Southbridge fees, $200,000. Liquid sludge handling, $200,000. Miscellaneous, $69,761. Capital replacement, $60,000. Reserve account, $30,000, for the total of $2,574,245. Any questions? Your motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 28.
That was Priscilla.
Yes,
There a
sorry.
second? No, that's okay.
Second, Chase.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
I vote yes. Article 29, sewer project debt. See if the town will vote to transfer the sum of $15,769 from the fund balance reserved for sewer betterment to the Phase 2 sewer debt service account. $220,588 from the fund balance reserved for sewer betterment to the Phase 3 sewer debt account. $143,525 from the fund balance reserved for sewer betterment to the Big Allen sewer debt account. $54,925 from the fund balance reserved for sewer betterment to the Woodside/Westwood sewer debt account for the purpose of paying debt service due on these sewer projects for fiscal 21, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsor is the finance director. Any questions? Your motion?
Make a motion to place and support Priscilla.
Second, Chase.
Mary, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mary, did you say? Oh, it was kind of garbled. Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Article 30, inflow and infiltration study and repair. To see if the town will vote to transfer from the water reserve fund balance the sum of $105,000 for an inflow and infiltration study and necessary repairs identified from the study for the municipal sewer system, or take any action relative thereto. Sponsor, Board of Selectmen. Any questions? Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 30. Chase?
Is there a second?
Second, Priscilla.
Mary, how do you vote?
Yes, Mary Dowling.
Okay, Chase?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 31, cemetery records management and mapping. To see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $13,500 for records management and mapping of existing cemetery records or take any action relative thereto. Sponsors, the Board of Selectmen. Any questions? Somebody want to make a motion? I'll make a motion then place and support Article 31, Cemetery Records Management and Method. Mary Blanchard. Is there a second?
I'll second it, Chase.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yes.
Chase?
Chase, yes.
Philip?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Article 32, drone survey and landfill capacity analysis. To see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $9,000 to perform a drone survey and landfill capacity analysis or take any action relative thereto. Who's the sponsor on this one?
Should be the Board of Health.
Okay.
Board of Health.
Okay, thank you, Barbara.
Sure.
I have a question.
Priscilla?
Jeff, is this something that we need to do this year?
I can follow up with the Board of Health, but I know the new health agent, Ken, would really like to get a handle on the capacity of the landfill and how many years left they have in its space. So I think that's really the goal, is to really figure out what's left in terms of landfill capacity.
I understand that, and I know that they had talked about that before to find out how much, but I'm just looking at, I guess I'm just nickel and diming at this point now to see what can be done to help residents and businesses at this point. If it's something that we could look at again and see if we can afford to do it this year, is that a feasible thought?
Yeah, I can get more information from them, but this is outside the budget and it doesn't impact the tax rate. It's a direct appropriation from free cash. And Barbara, is that true?
The cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead,
I'd
Barbara.
rather keep the free cash.
What's that?
I understand. I understand it's not an appropriation, but I'd rather keep the free cash for maybe for something else.
All right, I will follow up and get some more information from the Board of Health on this.
Thank you.
Okay, does somebody want to make a motion then?
I'll make a motion to place and support Article 32, the drone survey and landfill capacity analysis. Chase.
Okay, is there a second? Mike Black said, low battery, find another source. Okay, is there a second?
We can't hear everybody well. Was that a place to support, or are we placing it and getting more information for Priscilla?
Chase
He
said
said
place
place
and
and
support.
support.
I'm willing to place and support that.
Is there a second?
I'll second, but I would like to try to defer if there's a question on something to give the benefit of the doubt question comes through, but I'm not opposed to it, so I guess.
I think we lost it there.
We lost Mary.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
are you there?
switched to
Oh, there you go.
I'm here, you just can't see me. I just,
Okay.
I had turned the light off, but it was the power, so it's strange, but it'll be back up in a few minutes.
That's okay.
Okay, so we have a motion to place and support in a second. Mary, how do you vote? Mary?
Oh, I vote yes.
Okay, Chase?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
No.
Okay, I vote yes, so that's 3-1. Okay. Article 33,
But
tax. Mary,
Can I just go to 32? You're still going to
Yep.
get the information for some.
Yes, we will still get that information from the Board of Health. Okay. Mary Blanchard?
Yes, Jeff?
Article 33, we're asking to remove at this time. Sturbridge Metallurgical, due to the COVID issue, isn't moving forward in time for our town meeting. So they may come back later in the summer with this project, but I talked to the owner. He's on hold for now with his plans until this sorts itself out.
Okay, so then somebody want to make a motion then to withdraw Article 33?
So moved, Priscilla.
Second, Chase.
Article 34, tax
Do you need a
increment.
vote, Mary?
Oh,
Do you
thank
need
you.
a vote?
Yes, Mary, how do you vote?
Oh, yeah. That's very out.
Okay,
Yes, Chase.
Paula?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, Article 34, tax increment financing agreement and project certification, New England Coal. What else that, Jeff?
Yes, this one is moving forward. They've been submitting plans for review, so we anticipate that this would be ready for town meeting.
Okay, so it says to see if the town will vote to approve and certify the local incentive application submitted for a 3.15 million cubic feet cold storage facility located at the project site situated at Sturbridge Technology Park as shown on the project certification application, and to authorize the Board of Selectmen to enter into a tax increment financing agreement pursuant to the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 59, with Sturbridge Metallurgical Services, or, if acceptable, designate, all in substantially the form submitted to this town meeting. Such approval serving to confirm the information contained in the project certification application that, one, the project is, as proposed, is consistent with the town's economic development objectives and can reasonably be expected to benefit significantly from a tax increment financing agreement. Two, the project will not overburden the town's infrastructure and utilities servicing the economic opportunity area. And three, the project is described in the project certification application will have a reasonable chance of increasing employment opportunities, and to authorize designation of the project as a certified project for a term of 10 years and tax incrementing finance plan of not more than 10 years at the following exemption rates on the added value resulting from the project. First year is 100%, second year is 90%, third 80%, fourth 70%, fifth 60%, sixth year 50%, seventh year 40%, eighth year 30%, ninth year 20%, 10th year 10%. Any questions?
Just a comment, Madam Chair.
Sure.
In the fifth line of the paragraph, instead of Sturbridge Metallurgical, that should read New England Cold.
Oh, right.
Make a motion to place and support Article 34.
Second, Chase.
Motion was Priscilla. Hey, Mary. Mary, how do you
Yes.
vote? Chase?
Yes.
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, Article 35, amend Chapter 2 of the zoning bylaws. See if the town will vote the zoning bylaw Chapter 2 definitions by inserting the following definition in the appropriate location within Chapter 2, or take any action relative thereto. Business support services, an establishment within a building that is oriented toward providing services to other businesses, although it may also serve the general public. Examples of these services include, but may not be limited to, blueprinting, copying, and printing services, mailing and mailbox services, security systems services, soil materials testing laboratories, and other similar services. Child daycare center, a commercial or nonprofit child daycare facility designed and approved to accommodate 15 or more children. They may include infant centers, preschools, and school-age child daycare facilities, equipment sales and rental facilities, retail and service establishments, which may offer a wide variety of materials and equipment for sale and or rental, information processing facilities, office-type facilities characterized by high employee densities and occupied by business engaged in information processing and other computer-dependent and or telecommunication-based activities. Examples of these include computer software and hardware design and development, consumer credit reporting, data processing services, health management organization, office where no medical services are provided, insurance claim processing, mail order and electronic commerce transactions, processing, telemarketing. Personal service establishments are those which administer personal services, including nail salons, tanning, face bars, tattoo shops, piercing, aromatherapy, skin clinics, medical spas, pet grooming, tailoring, shoe repair, and other similar uses. Barbara's the sponsor,
These are all planning board, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Is there any question on that one? Okay, is there a motion then?
Motion to place and support Priscilla.
Second, Chase.
Okay, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Dowling, yes.
Okay,
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, Article 36, amend Chapter 7 of the zoning bylaw. To see if the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaw, Chapter 7, Use Regulations, Commercial District, Section 7.01 and 7.02, to insert the underlined language and delete the strike-through language as follows, or take any action relative thereto. There's a lot here. Has everybody had a chance to go through it? Any
I just have a
questions?
question, because it's different, it's different this way, but the highlighted part, is that going in or going out?
The highlighted part is new
It's
language.
shaded. I'm sorry?
The highlighted part is new language.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. I
It's
thought
highlight-
so, but I wanted to be sure.
It's highlighted and underlined.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Somebody want
I'm
to
now
make a
getting,
motion? Mary?
no, I was chatting for Priscilla, it's crossed out if they're omitting. No, I'm gonna
Right,
talk
I knew that, but I wanted to be
I've got
sure.
a few different, I'm not sure how I feel about, going beyond 3 store and 35 feet. I mean, I think that's crux of this one, that they can grant it by special permit. And I was just curious if the planning board took into account maybe putting a maximum on what they could do, because now it's pretty open-ended. I mean, I'm not saying they do it, could be 6, 7, 8 stories high, and I'm not sure I want to, I'm not sure I like the way that the bylaw's drafted, where it doesn't put a maximum height, and it can go beyond the 3 stories. So I might, abstain at this point till I think about it a little bit more.
We did away with that 35 feet maximum height. That was originally put in because we didn't have fire equipment that would reach. And now with our ladder, we do, aerial ladder. But Mary, the
Right, but I think
planning board
that's consideration, but I think they also did it with character of the town not to have retail buildings as well. I mean, the language where consistent with location, scale, and characteristics of the site and is in harmony with the surrounding property land use. But I'm not sure how I feel about not putting a maximum on what that special permit would be. So I probably, at this point, am not going to vote in favor of it. I'll just abstain.
Any other questions? Okay, does somebody want to make a motion then?
I'll make a motion to place and support.
Okay,
Second.
is there a second? Okay, let me just get this. Okay, Mary, you vote no?
Well, I mean, can we abstain? Is that still recognized remotely, or do we have to vote one way or the other?
You vote one way or the other. Abstain? Okay, Chase?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes, so 3-0-1. Okay, Article 37, to amend Chapter 8 of the zoning bylaws. Okay, if the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaw, Chapter 8, use regulations, commercial tourist district, Section 8.01, to insert the underlined language as follows, or take any action relative thereto. Okay, again, it's pretty long. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion?
Make a motion to place and support.
Priscilla?
Second.
Oh, Priscilla,
Second,
sorry.
That's okay. Mary, how do you
Forgetting.
vote?
Yeah.
Okay, Chase, how do you vote?
Yes, Chair.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Okay, and I vote yes. Okay, Article 38, other zoning, which is sponsored planning department. Amend Chapter 9 of the zoning bylaw. See if the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaw, Chapter 9, general industrial, sections 9.02, to insert the underlying language as follows, or take any action thereto. Okay.
I'll make a motion to place and support.
Okay, that was Priscilla.
Yeah, Priscilla, yeah.
Second, Chase.
Okay. Mary, how do you vote?
This is another one I'm edging on because it deals with things more than 3 stories.
Okay. Chase, how do you vote?
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Okay, and I vote yes, so that's 3-0-1. Okay. Article 39, amend Chapter 10 of the zoning bylaw. Again, under planning. If the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaw, Chapter 10, use regulations, industrial park district, sections 10.01 and 10.02, to insert the underlined language and delete the strike-through language as follows, or take any action relative thereto. Okay, anyone have any questions on any of them?
I'll make a motion to place and support.
Second, Chase.
Priscilla.
Okay, let me just get that. Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Again, abstaining.
Okay, Chase, how do you vote?
Chase, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
I
Yes.
vote yes, so that's 3-0-1. Article 40, amend Chapter 11 of the zoning bylaw. Again, sponsor planning. See if the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaw, Chapter 10, use regulations, commercial 2 districts, section 10.01 and 11.02, to insert the underlined language and delete the strike-through language as follows. Okay, any questions?
I'll make a motion to place and support. Priscilla.
Second, Chase.
Okay.
Mary Dowling,
Oh. Okay, Mary, what you say?
I'm abstaining on this one for the same reason.
Okay. Chase, how do you vote?
Yes, Chase.
Philip?
Yes.
And I vote yes, so that's 3-0-1. Okay. Article 41, amend Chapter 19, the zoning bylaw. Again, planning department. See if the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaw, Chapter 19, intensity regulations as follows, or take any action relative thereto. So, okay.
I'll make a motion to place and support. Priscilla.
Second,
Okay,
Chase.
okay. Mary, how do you vote?
No, this is the same reason, abstaining.
Okay, Chase,
Chase, yes.
Priscilla,
Yes.
I vote yes. 3-0-1. Okay, Article 42, property tax exemption for both parents. See if the town will accept the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 59, Paragraph 5, Clause 22nd, inserted by Chapter 218 of the Act of 2018, signed into law August 28, 2018, which provides real estate that is the domicile of a person but is owned by a trustee, conservator, or other fiduciary for the person's benefit if the real estate would be eligible for exemption under Clause 22nd, 22nd A, 22nd B, 22nd C, 22nd D, 22nd E, or 22nd F, if the person were the owner of the real estate, that the town accept the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 59, Paragraph 5, Clause 22nd H, Chapter 59, which provides for property tax exemption to the full amount of the taxable valuation of the real property of the surviving parents or guardians of soldiers and sailors, members of the National Guard, and veterans who, during active duty service, suffered an injury or illness documented by the United States Department of Veteran Affairs for a branch of the armed forces that was approximate cause of their death, or double I, are missing in action with a presumptive finding of death as a result of active duty service as members of the armed forces of the United States, or take any action relative thereto. The sponsors, the Veterans Agent. Any questions?
Make a motion to place and support. Priscilla?
Second, Chase.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
I vote yes, but I have a question.
Okay.
So it's just for surviving, not surviving spouses?
If I may, Madam Chair.
Yes?
We currently have a gold star for spouses. This extends those exemptions to
Oh, okay.
parents. So this broadens what we currently do for gold star
Okay.
families.
Okay, great, thank you.
Hey, how do you vote, Mary?
I vote yes.
Okay.
Yes, Chase.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, now, we do need a motion to close the warrant for the annual town meeting. And however, we do know changes can be made, and the Board of Selectmen can reopen the warrant anytime until it's posted, but we do have to close it.
I'll make a motion to close the warrant for the annual town meeting. Priscilla?
Second, Chase.
Hey, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Bowden, yes.
Okay?
Chase, yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
vote yes. Okay. Now, Jeff, are we going to be getting a draft of warrant for the special town meeting?
Barbara and I were talking about that today, about what could be on a special meeting, or, and Barbara, why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, at this point in time, there's a few things that are possibilities, but we're still reviewing to see if we actually need a special. So I guess probably another week, and we'll know that for sure.
That's a new one.
That there might not be one. Yeah, that is
Right. It'll make the evening shorter. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Priscilla?
Second, Chase.
Mary, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, Chase.
Philip?
Yes. Yes.
I vote yes. 4-0.
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you all, and
See you Monday.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.